Uh-oh. We got a derailment over here almost. All right, Dee's waiting on us, babe.
Oh, I'm coming.
Yeah, he's waiting on us. You ain't got enough time to put that out. He's...
Well, can I be finishing touches?
Yeah.
Do finishing touches?
You want to? I think he's talking now. You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Just to explain what they have put together here in downtown Columbia. What do you think, Tim? Are we ready? Should I turn it around?
We're ready whenever you're ready, Darryl. We're ready.
Okay, this is Tim.
Good evening. Good evening.
Tim, take it away.
All right.
Tell us what you have.
Come on in.
All right, here we go into this winter wonderland. All kinds of trains. Explain to us what we have.
Sure. So we were fortunate to have this building open. We have some good friends who just purchased this building, this side and the other side as well, and they're going to do some restoration work on it and then lease these buildings.
Now they say they can't hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Maybe hold it up to you.
All right, can you hear me now?
Testing. Can you hear them now?
Testing, testing.
Stephanie, you want to say anything? See if yours can be heard?
Here, I'll say it. You don't want. Testing, testing.
You can't hear me. Oh.
Ah.
Well, if you're not going to talk, where's your mic?
There you go.
Can you hear me now? Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us now. Hi, Tim, says Edith.
All right, awesome.
Still can't hear. I think it may be my phone. My phone does not play well with this microphone. So we're just going to go ahead and take it off, and that way they can hear.
All right. Hear me okay?
Everybody can hear.
Okay, very good. So basically what we've done is taken over about the front half of this store, and we've set up some different layouts. Just for the holidays, we've got some new trains running in the front on both sides. We've got an old train layout over here. This is a standard scale from the 20s and 1930s. It's running out, actually running a new train now, but we're running 100-year-old trains.
So that's a model of that train?
This is actually a modern reproduction of a 1930s train, and I'm running it because it can run for hours on its own. But while we're down here on Friday nights during the holiday season, I'll be running trains from my collection, which are 90 to 100 years old, which are the same size and look like that, but they're actually original.
Are they original?
They're
original,
that old? Yeah, we have some 100-year-old ones.
Is this one? Well, this one's not that old.
This is a modern train.
Okay.
It's a modern Lionel O gauge is what it's called, and it's just nice because we can put it in the window and turn on it, run forever, and doesn't require any maintenance or taking care of. On the other side over here, we have a country type scene, and we've got the Polar Express that we'll have running in this window.
So Tim, when did you start with the train, the love of trains?
I don't know, Darryl. I guess forever ago. I really didn't have toy trains as a kid, but we always liked them. I was originally a history teacher and loved history, always do, and have always loved railroads. And so
didn't know that.
Yeah. Before I was a dentist, I was a high school teacher. So
how about
kind of from there, we ended up here in Columbiana. I became involved with the Heart of Dixie Railroad Museum. And Stephanie's still decorating, as you can see. She's the one. I'm the train. She's the decoration. And so we got involved with the Heart of Dixie Railroad Museum, working on the train there, and that kind of led to a little more interest in the toy trains. And so, over about 20 years, we started collecting antique toy trains, which is most of our collection is. And then we also.
So is this one antique?
And this is not antique. The back is what's called a G-scale or a garden train. And this is a large scale train, and it's running on its own battery. It'll run for about 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
And this train actually was in our yard. We moved to town 2 years ago this week, and this train ran around 250 to 300 foot of track in our backyard. And we moved it here with us, but we haven't set it in the yard. So this is the first time it's been out and running for 2 years, I guess.
Really?
So the large railroad cars in the back were gifts from a local friend who's a patient. His dad built these by hand, the caboose on one side and the cattle car on the left.
Oh, how cool is that?
He didn't have a use for them, and he thought we might use them, so he gifted those to me. And this is the first time we've used them, but they're perfect for this.
Yes, they are.
So we're going to be here on the next 3 Friday nights after the parade this week. We'll be here next week, and then the week after, as we do events in town. And then we'll also be here on Saturday afternoon. So I know the tour of homes is this week. We'll be down here set up. We'll come run there because our guests in town. And some of your viewers will be here, I think. So.
We hope so.
Yeah.
We hope they'll come to town and see you here. So you're going to be in here. Help us out. Yeah. After the parade Friday night?
Friday night, yeah, we'll drive in the parade because we always participate in the parade. Once it's done, we'll park and then we'll come and we'll be here until pretty much till people leave, probably 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
Really?
We'll do the same the next Friday since we're going to have movies in town.
Okay.
So we're going to do, town is doing Polar Express on one screen, and then we're going to do Elf at the Arts Council, I believe. And then there's a bunch of different things. Vice versa, sorry, it may be backwards.
So hot chocolate and popcorn for the kids, activities.
Food trucks.
The Arts Council will be full of decorated trees from all the vendors and individuals here in town.
That is cool.
For our part of our Christmas celebration.
Is it for 2 Fridays or is it for 3 Fridays?
3 Fridays.
3 Fridays.
Next 3 Fridays, that's right.
And you'll have this open every Friday night.
Yeah, we'll be open every Friday night and probably most every Saturday as well. If we're hearing people in town and we think people will be here, we'll open it.
Okay.
We're close, luckily. We're just like you, so we're close to here, so it doesn't sound anything to be here. We can get it be here. So.
That's cool.
This would be perfect for me. I just stay here all day and not go to work. If we could just stay here and not go to work, we'd be
Isn't that the truth? So I'm curious about something. You have, you keep saying they're running on batteries.
Right. Well, some of them are. These are all electric. The train in the back is running on a battery. The big train runs on its own onboard battery and it has its own remote control. It was originally electric-powered train, but we sent it to a friend in Colorado who converted it to battery power. That way, when you have it in the yard, you don't have to keep the track clean polished. It'll run without the track being clean polished.
Oh, okay. So it's just like a rechargeable battery at night.
Yep.
You plug it up and you just recharge it. And
it'll charge for a couple hours. It runs it'll run 4, 5, 6 hours on the charge.
okay.
I don't know how it's been running. I put it in here last weekend and it's been on there. Yes, that's fine. I don't know if you can hear it on there or not.
Wait till it comes back around.
Let's see what we have. We're going to give this train some sound. Oh, there it is.
You look real close, Darryl, down and see the coal box inside the cabin.
When it comes by, you'll see the
Oh,
fire burning
let's
in
see
it.
the light flickering in there. How cool is that?
Basically, it's just set up just to sit and run for hours. Before we moved to town in our yard there, we had a lot more room, and so we just would set it up and sit in the yard and sit by a fire pit and let it run for hours at a time. So the other trains here, most of these are not normally out. We have a train room at the house that we keep 3 different tracks out, different styles, but they're mostly the old trains that run there. And I only have one of the older ones here. When I say older, I mean pre-war, meaning before World War II.
So every time that I thought about trains as a kid, I always thought about the smaller.
Right.
What scale is
Those
that?
are usually HO scale.
HO, that's
what
I
we
wanted
would
to
have had
say.
as kids. But our dads would have had O scale, which is the size of the floor.
This is an O
O
right
scale
here.
there, or the scale, or the trains in the front window.
Are they all O's then?
These are all O scale, right? And the one this is what's called a standard gauge. This is what original Ford trains were, and they're twice as big as O. And most of our old ones, although they did make both scales before World War II, this was the predominant one. But as you can see, it takes a lot of room to set up.
Yeah.
So over time, as those trains are really more for affluent people because they cost a lot. A lot of those trains set for $70, $80, $90 a set. in the 1920s and 30s. So as train, it wasn't very affordable for most people, but then they started making O scales to kind of reduce the size and cost for most people to get them. That's why when our dads or granddads were kids, lots of children got trains for Christmas. So, and we'll be running, we'll have some here. We'll have one that child got for Christmas in 1927. He kept his whole life in the boxes. We'll have one that a local, well-known orthopedic surgeon got for Christmas in 1932. Kept his whole life.
So these are additional trains you're going to
bring,
set up?
We'll bring those and I'll just run them on this track. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I'll just,
Okay, I see.
have to be, I don't want to say watch, but I won't just walk up and leave them running.
Yeah.
Whereas this one has a modern engine in it. It has a can motor, so it can run for hours and never have to do anything with it.
One of the trains he's talking about, the child that got it in 27, his dad actually worked in steel mills in Birmingham. And so it was bought at the company store, and then he received it and he kept it his entire life.
How cool.
We got it from his children because they didn't have anywhere for it and didn't have the ability to run it and wanted to find somebody to run it. We were fortunate that they contacted us and he researched me on Facebook and saw my dental office, which was also built to look like a train depot. It has toy trains in it. He said, this is where my dad wants this train, so this is coming to me. So we drove to Biloxi and picked it up. And we'll have it. It'll be one of the ones we'll have here.
Awesome. Well, you guys...
Iron Master. Something like that. Iron Master, Furnace Master.
Specific for the Birmingham coal mine steel mill.
Oh, okay.
Probably why they sold it in the company store there. It was kind of that name. And the guys worked for those steel companies. We think it'll be a lot of fun. We hope it's a lot of fun. We hope a lot of kids come and see it. We hope a lot of grown-ups come and see it. So.
You got it roped off so they can't get in there and take your trains. Yeah?
We'll see if we keep the little ones out. I like to cut, but that's okay.
It sparked some interest and some love for something that, doesn't
Oh,
always.
yeah.
Thomas the Tank, obviously is loved by children, but they don't always see this kind of
And they have something train associated over in Calera, don't they? Heart of Dixie. Okay, yeah.
Great organization.
Do they know what you have?
They do. I've been a member there since 2004, and I was a crewman there from 2005 until probably 2017 or 18. I was assigned to a crew there as a brakeman. We had crews, 4 different crews that actually ran the real trains there, and so I was part of that group, and I'm still part of that group. I have lots of friends that are part of that group. So.
How about
So
that?
that's a great, it's not very many people live 10 miles from the railroad museum where they can actually play with the real train. That's a lot of fun. That's a great group, and they have a great collection there too. So.
That's awesome. Well, you guys have been very kind. Appreciate you letting me come in and you explaining all this. And, it's beautiful. You have a beautiful collection. Can't wait to see the trains that you will be bringing in that are really real antique.
Yeah,
Real.
The only one here that's really old is the one behind us. It's about a 1940. So
It's a 1940.
Not that old. The one here on the floor.
right here.
It's 1940.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, smaller.
Oh,
It's
okay.
1940. So
All right.
that's the only old one I have in here right now. But we can turn it on. It runs.
A lot of toy trains unfortunately got scrapped during the war.
that's a lot of them
The
make
ones
it.
that survived, were
Interesting.
And this is certainly not a serious collection compared to what a lot of people have. We have lots of friends on Facebook who do older trains, pre-war trains, and they're serious collectors. We don't have that kind of collection, but we do enjoy them.
and everything runs.
Yeah, everything runs.
We play with them.
That's cool.
I can get to the
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you guys have been great. Thanks so much for letting us come in and visit. And hope you have a good evening.
Thank you. Thanks to everybody for joining.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.